Yay! It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of ArtFoamies, and I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. Oh my gosh, it is September 29th, and it is Friday, and I'm ready for some ArtFoamie fun. I hope you are too. I'm so over the moon. I know I've been so good at keeping this a secret, and it's been so very difficult. I want you to know that we are so excited to be introducing to you tonight a new collection from the one and only Crafty Chica. so, um, if you don't already know Crafty Chica, Kathy Murillo, which I'm sure that you do, but if you don't, please make sure that you are following her on Facebook and Instagram and wherever else that you social media, because she is an absolute delight. I have to tell you, I have been following her for many years, and I have been bugging her for at least about a year. We do have a great story, and so I'm going to tell it to you. We're going to have a little ArtFoamie fun. Now, I will also say, let me scroll up. I want to not get too ahead of myself. I want to say hello to everyone like I always do. And then I'm going to tell you all about it. And we are going to, get makey, have a little fun, have a little chat. I'm going to tell you everything about Crafty Chica's line. And I know a lot of you have been asking, it is not a pop-up, okay? Crafty Chica is going to be an ArtFoamie designer, and she will be contributing more. Hopefully we've already, I'm getting ahead of myself, but we've already chatted about future things. And so I love her. She is an absolute delight. And so I can't wait to tell you all about it. I'm going to say hello to Bernadette. Thank you for being here, Bernadette. Jim is here. Wendy, welcome. Heather Bailey, Janice, Patty is here. Oh my gosh, Catherine Guerrero. Who else am I missing? Ginger, Mary Lynn, Ron. Actually, I bet it's not Ron though. I bet it's Patty. I bet it's Patty, not Ron. But maybe it's both. I don't know. Deb is here. Deborah, do you want to be called Deb or Deborah or Debbie? Just let me know. But Deborah Bergstrom is here. Welcome. Gabby is here. Oh my goodness, we have such a great group. Pam is here. Jack, Dana, and the crew. I have to say it. Lady Finley and Meryl and Walt, right? Meryl and Walt. Yeah, I think I have it because the M and the W. Yeah, yeah. Amy is here. Nice to see you, my friend. Christina, Stephanie Martin, Cecilia. Cecilia, you won the Frida collab. I haven't had a chance to type it, but I'm so excited I had to stop and tell you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Anyways, Zandra is here. Scraps to Beauty. Nice to see you, Heather. Let's see. Ellen is here. Margie, nice to see you too. Thanks for coming. Alana, Judith, Nancy. Oh my goodness, we have such a great group. Puffer and Anita. Last but not least, right? Sharon. Oh my goodness, I have a feeling that we're going to be getting people in. It is really exciting. If you all, again, do follow Crafty Chica, then you know she has a very wonderful following and engagement. She is just one of the most prolific artists that I have ever seen, and creative crafter, creative maker. So, it is amazing to be working with some of these people that I have followed and really loved and, envisioned bringing their images to ArtFoamie. So it's very exciting for me. It is really, I know I say it all the time, and I just want you to know that it's from the heart when I tell you that some of these artists, well, all of the artists, I shouldn't say some, all of the artists that I have had the honor and pleasure to work with, it is exactly that, such an honor. But you have to know that you do get excited when you meet some of the people that you've been following for so long. And then when they come, and they bring to the table their A game, their wonderful artwork, and then they are so nice, kind, and generous and funny, it makes it even better, right? So I am going to turn the camera around. I'm going to introduce to you all of Crafty Chica, Kathy's images. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And I want to tell you about Kathy. Now, she did say she was going to try her best to come on here. Okay, she was going to come and say hello and just pop in for a few minutes, but she also said that she had a very a deadline that she's been working on that she has to have turned in by this afternoon. So I literally said, please, don't work. Like, if you can, it's wonderful. We want you. If you can't, I understand. But maybe you could pop into the after party, and or maybe we can plan for another little show and tell slash interview question and answer session sometime in the near future. Okay. So one of the reasons I do have to say a couple things before we turn the camera around. And one is that normally I do never like to launch back-to-back artists. Okay, I like to give space in between because I feel like it's important to let each artist have their sort of day in the sun. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? To not take away any kudos or any spotlight from them. But I want to tell you that excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. I shouldn't read the comments. I want to tell you that we are having also a soft launch from Julie Balzer. Julie, we love Julie and her images, and she wanted to come out. We were going to plan on launching them on next week, but she wanted them live on the site because print October or print to Inktober. Sorry, I get them confused. is starting now, so she wanted to have them, available for all of her followers, and so they are. We will be showcasing and talking about Julie next week, but they are live on the site. Okay, so it just, like I said, it was a little bit of a conflict, and normally I try to not do that. But Crafty Chica, Kathy, we have been talking for a while, and she wanted to come out with her collection specifically to coincide not only with Hispanic Heritage Month, but also so if you all order, okay, or when, I should say when, when you all order, you will be able to get them by November, okay, because Day of the Dead, right? So we have Day of the Dead coming up in November. We have Hispanic Heritage Month that is already actually started and goes through the middle of October. So that is why we are launching things sort of, a little bit closer together. And also, it's just a busy time of year, right? We have people that want to come out with their images. So please forgive me. I couldn't, it's just one of those things. So and also the other thing I wanted to mention is, again, it's not a pop-up, so you will have time, right? So thank you again so much for being here. Let's turn the camera around. I'm going to show you all the images. I have a couple little Mankeys, and then don't forget, if you are in my Patreon, you can come to the after party. And yes, Loretta says, excited you're collaborating with Kathy. Us too. We are so honored and just over the moon excited, because she is somebody who I have followed and loved for a long, long time. And I think that her imagery is amazing for ArtFoamies. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, but I want to tell you one of the reasons why I love her imagery for ArtFoamies is because it is bold. Oh my gosh, when I got all of her imagery, they were already just ready to go. She is just already knows exactly, like, what to do. So just, you could tell she is a very seasoned designer, as well as, definitely knowing and following her own creative voice. All right, so I have to fix the autofocus really quick, and I'm sorry, it does look a little bit overly bright. So tell me if you feel like the lighting is too crazy, or anything I can turn down. The lighting in here is just so bad. It's something I fight with all the time. All right, so okay, so without further ado, We're going to start in no particular order, okay, because I love them all. They are all, again, so crafty, Chica, and you will absolutely love them as well. Okay, so very first up, I have this one is called Skull Candy, and it is approximately, here, I'm going to try to pull them out at the same time, okay? I have them just stamped out for now. This is Skull Candy, and it is approximately 4 by 4 1/4, okay? So about 4 1/4 wide by about 4 inches high, all right? Calavera, yes, beautiful, right? So then we have a couple sets, okay? And this is called Melizos, and there are 2 sets, and actually it's great. I love this because I sent these to Kathy for prototypes, and she wrote back she loved everything, and she said I would love to have it also in a smaller set. So we went ahead and we did them in 2 sizes, and you have the set of the left and right facing skulls, also known as Melizos. Okay, and yes, please make sure, of course, that you are following Crafty Chica. I will post all of her links, and you know, her Instagram or Facebook page, her YouTube, wherever you can find her. You will absolutely love her show and tells. Right? She does so many fast, fun, you know, tutorials and demonstrations, and she is just a very fun person to follow. You know, her personality is you know, just amazing. And also, I didn't know, thank you all so much for the compliments. I did try to leave my hair you know, really big in honor of her today. Anyway, this is called Cafecito, and it is 3 by 4, and I absolutely love this stamp. Okay, just for one thing, it's so different. Okay, I like stuff that's different, and of course, I also like it because you literally could just use it for the splash. Okay, or you can use it for just the cup. You know, you could ink it without the handle or without the splash, and you have a beautiful vase. Okay, so versatile. This one again is around 3 by 4, and it is Cafecito. All right, and I'm sorry for the very Americanized pronunciation. I know I look like I should have a great, you know, Mexican accent, but I am actually pretty much tone deaf, and I cannot. I have no ear for any sort of like accents or anything. Terrible, just terrible. So I'm sorry if I butcher the names. Okay, apologize ahead of time. Okay, the next one is absolutely fabulous. I have to say, I'm so excited about it. You know how much I love this imagery. I myself have been doing niches and nichos and milagros and all sorts of these little things for many moons. I know many of you that have followed me for a long time will recall that I even made little kits, little sets with, you know, little nichos and frames and things like that. So I love this. The thing I like about it, it is a 3-piece set. Okay, so you have your frame, and it does come with a little insert, which is kind of nice, a little extra. Okay, or it should. Now this is a bonus. Sometimes, you know, the inserts to some of the stamps do not necessarily stay together, but you should also receive this piece. It's not really considered part of it, but it is sort of a little bonus that just otherwise would be pretty much thrown away, right? So you have the frame, but then you also have 2 different toppers. So of course you could have just a frame, or you can top it with topper number 1. I don't know if it's called topper 1 and topper 2, or the little shrine topper with the heart. Okay, super fun because again, you can use these separately if you want to. You can use them together. You know, it's just one of those very versatile stamps, and also the size is really nice. You could actually fit, I think, like school photos and stuff like that inside. Your frame is 4 by 4 1/4, and your toppers are approximately 2.5 by 3-ish. Okay, so there they are together. Ta-da! And again, remember, these are very handy as pieces unto themselves. All right, do you like that? Unto themselves. All right, 1 second. I gotta wipe my fingers. For some reason, they're pretty inky. Yeah, Stephanie, I know. When I have to tell you, I said so many of these Stephanie is gonna love. I really thought you would also love the Cafecito for some reason. I don't know, because I feel like you also like very unique stuff, right? But yes, that frame and Nicho set, and Nancy Gray is gonna love it too. Oh my gosh, I know there's a lot of like niche makers, but um, next up is this one's called Be Like a Mermaid. And honestly, I literally just had to do it. Now I know her face is a little light. I can always stamp this out again for you if you'd like to see it stamped, but um, I have a special affinity for mermaids. And even though we probably could have waited till next year to do this, and again, sorry about the lighting, it's just terrible. You know what? Let me stamp her in black so you could see her a little bit better. All right. I'm just going to take a little scrap buddy here and some black, or yeah, I'll take some black acrylic paint on a scrap buddy. And I'm going to do her just in black lines so that you can see her. Anyway, I just fell in love with this. The size is large, okay? She is 4 by 5.5. I also love her solid hair. You know that I love stuff like this because you can do journaling inside of her hair, or you could, if you watercolored her, you could do all sorts of beautiful, excuse me, details and washes in that, solid area. But she's just beautiful. And I thought she was such a different mermaid that she definitely had to come to life, right? Yeah. Oh, Heather. Yes. Thank you. You did get it. So I said, maybe she won't be super popular right now. Maybe she's more summery. But again, sometimes I am a little self-indulgent because I admit it, like I do base things off of what I like. I mean, not everything. Sometimes I will do the opposite in order to I really try my hardest to be very objective, okay, and not only do stuff that's in my taste or my wheelhouse, but sometimes I just can't help it. Anyway, all right. So one thing I will say, if you know that your art foamy has a small detail area, really try to give it a little extra push, extra attention, okay? Oh, it might have got a little dry on there. I waited too long. Now it's going to stick to the paper. There, I got a pretty good image though. One thing I will say, sort of like a gel press plate, you do not want to leave your art foamy with acrylic stuck down too long, okay? Same thing will happen. It will dry and it will stick. So keep that in mind. I was talking and chatting so long that some of my paint started to almost get dry on there. So there she is though. And isn't she absolutely beautiful? Oh, I love her so much. Also, if you do not, there's a couple things I also love about this image. If you do not want her tail to be curled up, you could easily trim her off at the waist. Just paint her hair black right here. Okay, so all you'd have to do is fill that black area in, okay, like so. And you could cut all this away and you could put a different tail on her. You could use one of my KP tails, okay, and put a different shaped tail on there. You could also use this portion. I really, really see this also. Yes, Heather, I do put my foamies in water after I stamp. I have a bucket, So I will put them face down in a bucket of water, okay? If you don't have that, you can put them down like on a wet towel or something like that, but you do want to keep them moist so they don't get crusty. Anyway, I could see this being cut out about here, right? And you could make it into, and I'm just kind of showing you, if you cut that out, it could be a wonderful fish or a whale. So again, love looking at these in a versatile way. Okay, try to, yes, paper doll too. All right, I'm getting to that next. Getting to paper doll next. All right, the next one is, oh, and I didn't pull her out. Let me pull. Did I pull out the mermaid? And oh, I did. Duh, I stamped her. Anyway, she again is 4 by 5.5. Okay, be like a mermaid. The next one is called Chica. It's just called Chica. And there she is. And here she is. She is adorable. Okay. And I love this face. I really, really do. Not just saying it because it's different. And she runs about 3 by 4. Her name, or she's just called Chica. And if you are into the whole paper doll thing, okay, that we're doing, paper doll stuff's going around, okay, you can make a wonderful paper doll out of her. Now, I am just starting on this. I did have some wonderful sort of Mexican or, you know, Spanish sort of scrapbook paper that I did mount to the back. And so this makes her nice and heavy, nice heavy weight. And then I do have a little fun technique I'm going to share with you for finishing off her body. But isn't she adorable? And of course, again, so many ways you can change her up. If you want her to have long hair, you can definitely make it into long hair. You can cut her earrings off, okay? You can make her eyes open, okay? So I love this image. And if you like all of like the Megan Quinlan's faces or the KP or the Wendy faces, or what are some of the Keisha's girl, you know, this is just in line with the same size. Heather Bailey. Well, I'm vegan and I can do it. But I have to, you know, be very sparing. I'm not going to turn her into sushi. Oh, so she reminds me of Yamanja Abro. Oh, so you're talking about, so Amy is talking still about, I know I'm going kind of fast, but Amy is talking about the mermaid, and it says, she reminds me of Yamanja, a Brazilian sea goddess featured in Woman on Top with Penelope Cruz. Oh, I'll have to look into that. So fun. Yes, I love her earrings too. And you know, and there's such, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily cut them off, but you know, if you wanted to, and look, these are substantial. You could literally glue on some nice big chunky, like not sequins, but you know, like flat back gemstones or something like that would be super fun. So I think she is going to be so fun to paint. I honestly, I have not had a load of time between getting these, like from, you know, I had to get them to Kathy. She had to approve of everything, make sure she liked the sizes. And like I said, it was just, once we got her images, it was just kind of, we're going. But I promise there will be, so something exciting. Since we did get a little bit behind the 8 ball for this release, okay, because of the timing of everything, we do have some special you know, makers assembled that are going to be sharing lots of you know, lots of samples and lots of ideas. And again, since it's not a pop-up, we have time, right? Yes, a Rolodexy earring holder. Oh my gosh. So, and I don't know if you all saw recently, Kathy, Crafty Chica, posted the coolest earring holder on her page that she made. So I would like to do an earring holder with her stuff, with her ArtFoamies. All right. So be watching for that. You know, we do lots of makeys every day in my Patreon. So I'll be using some of these and showing some projects too, and always, you know, sharing them, shouting them out. And so anyway, that, my friends, is Chica. And again, we have a paper doll started, right? Because I wanted to kind of just share that I had that same sort of thought in my head, right? And again, 3x4. Okay. So next is, oh my gosh, I love this imagery, and funny because I've been wanting to add some of this imagery for the longest time. You all know and follow, I am sure, Sandra Evertson. And she has images that are sort of very Southwestern, very, very also, inspired by the same types of things. So we do have, some that definitely will go, are semi inspired similarly, and that will also go with these collections, right? But I have been wanting to add more of this, and it does have a little bit more of a whimsical flavor, which I love, right? So we did do these because I love them because I love them so much. I did them in a set, or we, okay, did them in a set of 3. So you get a small set, and these are approximately 2 to 3 inches. So, about 3 inches tall by about 2 inches wide ish, right in that vicinity, okay? And you get all 3 in the set. If you want to go a little bit larger, and look, Kathy wanted a lot of these images large because she likes to do fabric and she likes to do larger pieces. She also does a lot of ceramics, right? And yes, and it's so funny because she actually did post a journal that had this image on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it would go so perfect. You could make, bookmarks to match. You could make tags to match. I mean, if you want to be matchy, but you could also just coordinate, right? So, again, you got the trio, which is called Corazones. Okay, Corazones. I hope I'm saying it right. I doubt it. But anyway, you got the 3 small, 3 small images. One is called Adorno Corazon. And here it is. And these are larger. Of course, they are, I already had measured 4.5 by 2.5. And these are separate. Okay, these larger ones are not sold in a set. Yes, that's the other thing too. All of these will make fantastic shrink. Okay, and you could layer, which is fun too. That's a fun thing to do. Since you have the double images, you could shrink it and then shrink it, and you could have a tiny dangle, Oh my gosh. That's, again, the versatility of the imagery really does also show me how much of a, just a fantastic designer she is, because all this stuff was already just boom, done, right? So anyway, this one again called Adorno Corazon. It's 4.5 by 2.5. This one is called Corazon con Flores. Again, well, it's about 3.5 by 5. Okay. Again, nice line work. So beautiful. This one is called La Bandera. And again, you can see all 3 in the large, and then you got the small set. Okay. And then I'll show you the stamps. Boom, boom, boom on the large. Okay. And then the tinies are, oh my gosh, where did I put those tinies? I used them a little more recently, so they seem to have legs and walked away. Oh, here they are. So you can see the size differential that way too. All right. So, Corazones. Next, another trio. And this one's just called embellishments. Okay. I guess we couldn't do the word in Spanish. I don't know. Anyway, you have, again, in the smaller size. Now, these are a teeny bit larger. We didn't make them all like exacting, right? We want to have a little bit of variety. So these are still in the same vicinity, but they are about 2.5 to 3 inches. And you do have Corazon Hermosa. Sorry again for the terrible accent. I wish Maxie at least was here. She can speak Spanish. La Flor. And this one's about 4x4. Yeah, about 4 by 4.5. And then you have Rano, I can't, Ramo de Flores. Sorry, I couldn't read my own writing. Ramo de Flores. And it's 4 by 4.5. And there is the small set. Yes. Oh my gosh. I am in love with some of these images really seriously. Okay. So that is the embellishment set and all of the large accompany or singles, I should say, not accompanies, but large singles, smaller set. Okay. And honestly, don't know where this one is right now. I use this one, and I think it might be in my water bucket. So anyway, but trust me, it comes with the set. All right. So that's the embellishments, and again, boom, boom, boom. All right, and then I guess that is it. That's it. I think I already did pull these out, right? I already shared these with you, correct? And here's the small ones. Again, probably in around the same size, okay? You got the 2-inch left and right, and about 3.5-ish, okay? 3.5 to 4. So, so fun. What do you think of that collection? Yes, thank you so much, Amy. So, that being said, I have a couple little makeys to share with you. Something fun, and hope you will get some ideas, get some inspiration. Again, please be following not only my or our page. You can also follow me at the Moon and the Maker, um, because I post a lot of my own art over there aside from, ArtFoamies, but sometimes with ArtFoamies. You can follow ArtFoamies. You can follow ArtFoamies Fun. Now, I want to tell you, ArtFoamies Fun on Facebook is not our page. That is somebody else's page, but they are very engaging and supportive, and lots of people post and share their projects and things there as well. But definitely also follow Crafty Chica. Again, I will share and post her links later on, but that way you can see all of the things that will be coming out. Okay, so that being said, I did do a paper doll. Okay, and she has like a little dent. Somehow, I don't know what happened. I must have set something down on her, but it doesn't matter. Okay, because I am going to do a little treatment right over the top. Now, of course, I could stamp or stencil or whatever on this. It's just paper. But I'm going to do something a little bit different, okay? I have, actually, hold on one second. I got to grab something. Hang in here with me. Thank you so much, Wendy and Deb. Okay, so sorry, I had to plug something in. Had to plug in my little iron, okay? Have a little craft iron there. And so something I really love playing with, and I haven't really shared this too much before because, of course, I kept saying, oh, I'm going to do this little class, excuse me, this little class. Wow, is there an echo in here? No, anyway, I kept saying, I'm going to do a class, I'm going to do a class. And, I do want to do a class, but time, somehow gets away from me. So this is a fun thing that you can play with and experiment with, and get yourself some of the supplies so that we can have a class together later. But anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh, Patty. Yes, she would make a wonderful angel as well, for sure, right? But one thing I have here, a couple different things. Iron-on patches, okay? I bought some of these just standard iron-on patches. They're sort of like a jean material. And I like to take them and put them on my gel press plate, or just let them sort of get stained or, marked up with paint or acrylic. And then they're really fun to stamp on, okay? Can stamp on them and paint them, and then you have iron-ons, okay, which is great, not only for ironing on, you know, a jacket or, excuse me one second, I gotta grab something. So I love iron-ons on a jacket or, you know, a top, a skirt or whatever, but you know, you can iron them onto paper and you can also iron them onto like journal covers and stuff like that. So here, I'm just going to do one right on here, and this is ready to go. So I'm just going to take that, and I have stamped it on my iron-on patch, and then I painted it with acrylic paint. You can also, if you are going to use your patches for like clothing, then you probably would want to mix your paint with GAC 900 first in order to make it more fabric paint-ish. But since this is just going on paper, then it's fine. You can, oops, you know what? One thing sometimes I do like to also have just a little sort of, a little, what do you call it? A little piece, I can't think of what the word I'm trying to use, but a barrier, okay? So you do, and the other thing, if you are worried at all about it moving around, okay, a little tip, you could put just the tiniest dot of glue or something just to kind of keep it in place if you're worried about it moving, all right? So we'll do that. I'm going to put my barrier paper down, and then you'll just hold it there for a while, making sure your iron is warm enough, right? Oh no, it's stuck to the top. I'm not going to put that there because it's melting my acrylic to my paper instead. Ta-da! So that's so fun. Yeah, isn't my little iron so awesome? Yeah, it's super fun. Anyway, iron-on patches on your paper works great. I have done journal covers this way, super fun. But the other fun thing you can do is you can take this. This is called, oh gosh, hold on, I have a brand new package of it. Let me show it to you real fast. So of course now I would probably want to go ahead and embellish this and do it first, right? I'm not going to do it that way for her right now, but what this is iron-on mending fabric, okay? So you get, I don't know, about 12 inches or so of it. I want to put this here, and it's nice because I can see through that, right? So I'm going to just use my little line that I put underneath for her, and I can cut that right out. And again, it would be probably, you know, better to go ahead and be able to, and I didn't cut it very well, but that's okay. Shoot, I cut into it a little bit too deep. Let me fix that. Sorry, butterfingers here. All right, let's try that. Anyway, so for this, I'm just going to go ahead and iron that on her. Oh, and I guess for that you probably do want a barrier because like I did get a little bit dirty. So that's okay though. It's going to have paint over the top, right? All right, so for now I'm just kind of tacking it down. The nice thing about this too though is that it's also going to make her a little more substantial, right? So that's kind of a cool byproduct of putting this on here is that it's going to make her a little bit firmer, and it's going to give her a nice texture, and I can, you know, stamp over this. I can stitch. If I would have decorated it first and then iron it on, I could have done some stitching on there. But right now, and it's not tacked all the way down, okay? I just sort of got it on there enough to cut it out. All right, now that it's trimmed down a little bit better, I can also get it to stick a little bit better too. Sorry, I'm not having very good luck with my scissors. Yes, Catherine says the web hem tape would be great too for layers. Yes, I have some of that too. And you could do that like in strips, which would be super fun, right? I don't know if my, hold on. Oh, you know, no wonder this isn't very hot, so it's not heated up all the way. And then so here, I don't know, you can see I did use her small little, oh gosh, I'm already going to forget the name of it. Small little Corazone on here. And I layered different colors of acrylic paint. And then I'm just, you know, it's on there too. I do want to still paint this and, you know, and stamp. You know, maybe I'm just going to take this big stamp here. Let's just go ahead and finish her off, okay, really quick. Or I'm not going to finish her face, but let me just do her dress for you real fast, okay? Let's do that. Make sure it's down. You could also do fun, like little strip club. You could, you know, put on some of your other iron-on patches, whatever you got. I'm having a terrible time with this one little edge. It just wants to give me fits. Okay, there we go. One more time. So fun. Okay, so there she is, and it does give like a nice little texture. All right, and then I'm just gonna take, oh gosh, in this case I think I'm just gonna use a brush. Now normally, you know, I would use little scrap buddies or whatever, but I think I'm just gonna a couple brushes and brush my color on. And I am going to just use a little acrylic, my So Flat acrylics. Bye, Nancy. Thanks so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. All right, let's do... And again, I'm going to be sort of quick about it, just to get some color on the background. And when I stand, since I am just painting this very loosely, I'm not going to get really that great of a, of a image, but it's okay because again, I really mostly am after just getting some color on there. All right, I'm going to give it a little blow dry. And keep in mind, something that's kind of cool about this now is that I could actually watercolor around it. The acrylic will sort of like resist it a little bit. And some of that background will spread into some of the fabric. If I wanted to, I wouldn't have to watercolor. I could also just use like a watery acrylic if I wanted to paint a background color. All right, if I don't want it to be solid, uh, or if I don't want it white. And actually, I think I would kind of like to paint like a dark color in the background so that this will stand out when I iron this on. Or um, maybe take a black pen or marker and actually outline on this. But I think I'm going to just take a little bit of, oh gosh, maybe a darker, I think I'm going to try a little bit of this dark. I'm going to try some of this watercolor stick. I'm just going to put a little water on that fabric. I'll just touch the watercolor stick to the wet cloth, and that will be nice because again, it will sort, and when I say resist, it's not going to completely resist, but it sort of will. And so I can just kind of go around and smush color into this. I like that darker background. And again, because it's that sort of woven sort of fabric, it will bleed into those open areas, right? Maybe a little spray even. Let's spritz it a bit. And again, just giving a nice sort of background color. But you could, of course, color that up any way that you want. It's going to curl a bit as it dries. You can just lay it, under like a heavy book or something. All right, so of course I could keep kind of going. I'm just now, I feel like I'm just now making a mess. Well, that's okay too. I do want to leave a little bit of white. I don't want to obliterate all of it, but for the most part, just try to get in some other little textures. And I could obviously take some other colors too, and whatever. The sky's the limit. You do what feels fun and what calls to you in the moment, right? So there's at least, I don't know, her dress is looking pretty good. I might add a little gold or a little stitch, a little fake stitching around her neck area there. And then, of course, it's going to make a big difference once I get her face painted in and everything like that. But then finally, I'm going to blow dry this again for a second. Jim, definitely just send me an email or a message, Jim, so we can, you know, look over that for you. So Patty, the paper doll swap is something that we're doing in my Patreon group. Of course, I invite all of you to at least check out my Patreon. You can join for as little as $5 a month. I'm not here to try to sell you on that right now, but that will invite you to the after party every Friday and also give you daily heart every day. And also, you can be in our swaps. So, anyway, that's what that is. Okay, we're doing we do a swap about, oh, maybe, I don't know, 6 times a year, or 4 to 6 times a year. Again, I am going to put this on her because I like that. However, I do feel that it does need a little bit of detail, a little bit of unity with the black of her outline of her face. And then this will help it stand out. So, of course, you could use your black marker. I do have to tell you, I think black paint on a brush would probably be a little smoother. But for this demo, I'm just going to do this because be a little faster. All right, and I think that this, and I probably should have done the outlining before I cut it out, but that's okay. And, you know, I'm just being kind of fast, but you get the idea, right? And I think Amy had a question. Amy wants to know the name of the material, and it is called iron-on mending fabric. Well, I know you can't see that very well, but it's iron-on mending fabric. So here I'm going to just put that on there, and I think it'll look great. A little gold would be nice too. Honestly, also, if I had a little bit more peace of mind knowing all this was super dry. However, I'm just not going to worry about it right now, and I'm just going to go for it. All right. So if it gets your iron dirty, then just make sure you clean your iron afterwards. And the nice thing, again, if I'm a stitcher, okay, yeah, see, I got a little paint on there. So just make sure that when you turn it off and it's cool, you can clean it off, all right? I'm going to unplug it now. I think I'm good enough. Oh, Heather, thank you so much. Thank you for your what is it called when you give somebody a oh, my brain. It must be Friday night for the wonderful I don't know, you know, recommendation. All right, so I have to put this away because I have one more thing to share with you and show you before we leave. And again, anybody who's coming to the after party, please come on over. You should have the Zoom link. And I don't know for sure, but I think Kathy might be joining us. So I'm going to hurry and say my goodbyes, but I do have one more thing to show you. And that is I have been working on a Frida vest, okay, from the Frida pop-up, but I did save a couple spots, and I can't really show this. Well, I'll turn the camera around in a minute. I did save a couple spots for some of Kathy's imagery, okay? This is my Frida vest, and so you can see here I did use the small little, what's it called again? Oh, the 3 grouping of flowers that I just used on her dress. It's, oh my gosh, I already can't remember the name, but it's the small one of this. It's called the Ramo de Flores. And I used that around the collar, and this is not done. This is a work in progress. but I saved this area. I was going to put a patch here, but this fits so well. Okay, and then I have 2 more spaces on the back. And I was going to put her skulls there, but I don't know that I want to. So I was thinking that that would be so amazing right here, and maybe make another one for over here. Okay, or because I do want to put some patches on here, I'm going to iron them on, and then I will also stitch them. Okay, and then but I just wanted to show you how these also could come in so handy. I do also have her Joni hallmarks, Diego and Frida stamped on there, so these could also go somewhere with them. I don't know, but that's just what I wanted to share with you and show you here. I'm going to turn the camera around. So let me see if there's any comments. I hope I didn't miss any comments. If I did, please message me, okay? I want to thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me and for joining me for this very exciting and special launch of Crafty, Chica, Kathy Murillo. Yeah, Heather says Frida Motorcycle Club. Well, you know I want to do Frida Fridays, right? I have to start it. So I am going to be talking to you over at the after party about it. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera, or I'm not turning the camera around again. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you my, so far, my vest, where I'm at. This is a vest that I purchased on Mercari, okay, secondhand, and I have now stamped it with almost all of the Frida stamps, and then again, I did save a couple spots for Kathy's imagery, which I think goes so perfectly. I hope she does come to the after party. You know, she wrote a book about Frida, and so all these will be painted and it will be colorful. I'm going to stitch on here. I'm going to add like sequins and all kinds of stuff. So I will be sharing works in progress. And I do think that I am going to, what do you all think? You think it would go really well right there, don't you think? And then one on the other side over here, right? I need your opinion. Anyway, thank you again for being as, oh, I'm breaking stuff, as enthusiastic as I am. Hopefully you're not breaking stuff. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, follow Crafty Chica. Heather says flowers sneak peek. Flowers sneak peek. I'm not sure. I can't go off. I can't say goodbye until I'm sure about what Heather's talking about. Flowers sneak peek. It's not jogging my memory. Anyway, well, I hope that you all come over to the after party with me. You should have a Zoom link. It's about to start right now. We got to go because Crafty. Oh, on the bottom of the vest. Oh yes, the flowers. No, it's not a sneak peek. Those flowers, my friend, are sorry. Thank you, Heather. These large flowers are from Lori Siebert's collection. It's the only thing that wasn't in the Frida pop-up that I added, because I might add some other flowers too. They're really big. They're like this big. Thank you all. See you later. Have a great weekend. If you can, join us on the Zoom. If you can't, I hope to see you next week. Okay? Have a great one. Thanks again, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.